who's going to be introducing him. I'm sorry, I just went right on through. He turned professional and joined the PBA Tour in 1984 and has been a Brunswick staff player his entire career. He holds 35 PBA Tour titles, including 3 majors. In 1998, he bowled a perfect 300 game on national television, an ESPY winner in 2000, 11 PBA 50 Tour titles, including 2 majors, 1 PBA 60 title, 3-time PBA Player of the Year, PBA 50 Player of the Year in 2022. He holds the record for the highest pinfall in a 56-game qualifying block and a 64-game block in PBA history. He is a USBC Hall of Famer 2008 and a member of the PBA Hall of Fame 2000 and one of the most accomplished players in PBA history. He is known for his community involvement, particularly with the annual Youth Scholarship Tournament in Howell, New Jersey, and also supporting victims of Hurricane Sandy through his fundraising efforts. And he's one of my favorite bowlers too, the one and only Parker Bone III, and he will come introduce Jack.
Well, thank you there. And that's a lot of stuff that you had to dig deep to find out about me. And I appreciate that from my heart, trust me. But I have to send something out here. Daniel, I bowl league with my wife on Monday night, so if I need a sub, if you don't mind, I'm going to fly you up there. But 897 is something beyond anything that I've ever accomplished, so congratulations to you for that. Rusty, I'm telling you right now, buddy, I sat over there and I watched. There is no shot he could be your son. So I'm kind of thinking that there's an inquiry in somewhere about the facts behind that. But we'll go along with it. I'm going to let you ride on that one. Ralph, I can't let you go without. Everything looks fantastic. But now this image in my head of you in this tutu, buddy, I got to leave that one up to you. I can't touch that one. So, but congratulations to both of you gentlemen, for sure. Good evening, everyone. Let me start by saying congratulations to this evening's South Carolina Hall of Fame inductees and award winners, especially the ones that are here with us tonight. Everyone ever going into the Hall of Fame certainly has earned it, as the Hall of Fame is not given. By introducing the next person into the Hall of Fame for meritorious service, I need to acknowledge the Hall of Fame committee for really getting this one right. Chuck Gardner has been around bowling his entire life. His bowling career started locally in the state of Florida. Bowling numerous 300 games and 800 series, he decided to set his sights for the PBA Tour. In 1985, he would go out on tour, actually the same year I started to, and I think he is pretty old. Maybe I better reconsider that one. Cashing many times and making match play quite a few times, he thought this was good, but there could be something even better. Following his heart, he decided to pursue a position as a tour rep, coaching and laying out bowling balls for the best players in the world. This was certainly a job right up Chuck's alley. Helping the best bowlers in the world on the PBA Tour and the PWBA Tour, as well as local bowlers and an endless amount of kids, even us old guys on the PBA 50-60 Tour. No, I don't have a crutch yet, but thanks there, Chuck, I appreciate that. Repping on the tour is a 7-day-a-week job, 12 to 14 hours a day, if not longer. Approximately 250 days a year out on the road. God bless you, Deb. I mean that sincerely from my heart. Think about the endless amount of time away from your home and commitment to every player that he's ever touched upon, and the companies that he represented. He would certainly eat it, sleep it, and breathe it. He has been recognized as one of Bowler's Journal's top 100 coaches around the country, at least in my book, I believe that he's in the top 5 of all time. I quote Brian Graham. He's the Vice President of Brunswick Consumer Products. Chuck has always been an integral part of the Brunswick team, being the crew chief of our pro staff for some 20 plus years. He is a part of winning over 200 different tour titles and at least 20 different majors along the way. Now when I say that, I'm going to look at myself back in 2012, just to give you an idea of some of Chuck's, let's say, behind the scenes that nobody knows about. I was fortunate to make the TV show in the World Championship. After 2 games and only bowling about 175 to 180 in my second game, Chuck said, we need to change balls on the right lane. I looked at him and go, but Chuck, and he goes, no, you need to change balls on the right lane. And you can remember that, I know you can. So, without getting any practice, because the next player comes out there, I decided to change balls on the right lane. Well, how about if I tell you, I stayed with the same ball in the left lane. Before I knew it, I had the front 6, took control of the match, won that match, and then eventually won the title for my second out of my 3rd PBA majors out on tour. So that's just Chuck doing his job behind the scenes that he doesn't get thankful for, but I can say thanks once again, Chuck, for allowing that to happen. Now let me go to another player. Let me talk about Ryan Simonelli. Oh, by the way, you're here with us tonight, Ryan. It's great to see you. I appreciate that. Well, Ryan won a tour title and was ready in the airport going home. Chuck, not being a coach on the lanes at this time, but being that mental coach, getting to Ryan, talking him into going to the following week. Ryan's like, no, I can't go. I don't really need to go. But no, Ryan, you're bowling really well right now. You really need to go the following week. It's a PBA major. Coincidentally, it would be the US Open. Okay, that's a title that everybody wants to put in their bag, but very, very few actually can say that they own that title. Well, Chuck talked him into it. Chuck was there with him, not necessarily all the time on the lanes, because Ryan had everything controlled on the lanes during the week, but Chuck being there behind the sidelines enabled Ryan to capture one of his most illustrious titles in his career, bowling's US Open. Congratulations, Ryan. Chuck, thanks once again for both of us there. Maybe he should be a psychologist or a psychiatrist to add with his rep tour job, but we'll leave that for later on in life, for sure. And now, how about now, over the last 5 years, the Brunswick Youth Experience for tens of thousands of kids across the country. And to think, you help all these kids, Chuck, you've helped us in life out on tour and everything else, but I can say it right here, and Ryan might back me up on this one, you've still never told either one of us to kiss our wife in the title match like Dino did. Well, there's hope for us yet, Ryan, I'll tell you. Chuck has spearheaded Bowl for Life. That has been in existence for over 10 years, folks. This incredible organization has awarded over $500,000 in scholarship money through the years. The most amazing thing that the Gardner family does with all of this is every penny, 100% of what they bring in, goes out to the youth bowlers and scholarship money around the country. I think that's really incredible and should be commended for that. He's a wonderful husband, he's a father, he's a grandparent, and he's a friend to all of us. He is certainly a man with great integrity. He is definitely not a myth by any means, but he is certainly a legend. And yes, that's right, I said that. He is a legend. For those of you who have known Chuck, you know roughly that he is half the size of what he used to be, as he has lost approximately 100 pounds, if not a little bit more. So maybe you should be inducted twice up here, Chuck. We can go once now, and we can go once maybe next year too. But honestly, for nothing else, I want to get right to it. At this time, it is my honor to introduce you, my good friend, to the South Carolina State Hall of Fame, none other than Chuck Gardner.
Wow. This is truly humbling. I have to tell you, this is really unbelievably cool. And I feel very, feel super humble being in this position. The first thing I want to do is thank you, Parker and Leslie. They got on a plane last night and they flew from New Jersey. Spent the night at the house last night. We went on a little boat ride today, and here I have one of the greatest bowlers that's ever touched a bowling ball introducing me in the Hall of Fame. That's pretty cool. And I love you, brother, and thank you very much. Thank the committee for some old guy that just stood around in the back and tried to help a few players once in a while for honoring me. I knew pretty early in my tour career that I was not going to be Parker Bone. I'd like to congratulate Rusty and Ralph also. Super cool. I loved listening to your stories. And Chrissy, congratulations also. This is a lot of fun. I want to first acknowledge my family. My son, CG2, if any of you ever go hanging around one of those bowling centers, bowling center solution shops, you'll see him visiting his beautiful wife, Tiffany. Their two kids, Autumn and Gavin. I love you guys so much. My daughter, Vicky, and her recently retired military husband, Dylan. Congratulations, thank you for your service. And their two amazing kids, Bradley, and that little one sitting in Deb's lap, Miss Emily. She's 4, and she's wild. And I think most husbands can probably say this without even thinking that it's a problem to say it, but I am absolutely nothing in life without Deb. I'm zero. Maybe one of the greatest humans that's ever been put on this earth. Also want to thank a few other people that are here tonight. Ryan and his beautiful wife, Chelsea. This young man has been a part of some of the coolest highlights of my life. Winning the US Open was one of the best. I also want to thank all of our Bowling Solutions staff and your families that are here. Thank you guys. I love you guys. You know, the cool thing about bowling, you know, it's really about the people, right? Bowling is about the people. It's about the people we meet and the people we get to impact. And I am so blessed to be able to do that. You know, you think about bowling as an individual sport, right? It really is. It's kind of an individual sport. But the people you surround yourself with, they make all the difference. They determine how great we are at what it is we do. And I've been so lucky to travel around the world, giving clinics and coaching all over the world with guys like Brian and Parker. I know a lot of you don't probably know Parker on an intimate level, but truly what you see is who he is. This guy does more for people than any human I've ever seen in my life. He stays after bowling a tournament, win, lose, or draw, to give a fan a lesson on the lanes. He does things that nobody else does. It's unbelievable that I've been so blessed to be a part of his career. And I've got to work with some of the greatest bowlers of all time. And it's just fun. I went from chasing my dream, competing, and I realized that I probably wasn't going to be good enough. Do I really need this? Honestly. I'm loud, right? Do I need that? No. Okay. I went from chasing my own dream to figuring out I'm not going to be one of the best bowlers ever, so I'm going to make a difference another way. And I was really super fortunate that a guy named Del Warren, you ever heard of that guy? Vice President of Kegel? He took a chance on me in 2001. And he said, hey man, how would you like to still compete, still bowl, but help our players? You could start repping. We want to create this kind of position that's kind of different than we've ever done before. We want another player to help other players live out their dreams and live out their goals and help them get what they want out of life. And I'm like, that sounds like something really cool. And you're going to pay me? I was a struggling bowler, right? And I was all of a sudden going to get a check every week? I'm like, all right. Swing got a little looser. I did bowl a little better that year because I wasn't worried about surviving. But my first win as a tour rep, where I really felt like I made a gigantic difference, was a guy named Chris Barnes. You ever heard of that dude? He won the U.S. Open in 2005 at Carolier Lanes. And it was a cool experience. And when he won that tournament, even though he didn't thank me, even though he didn't say anything except for, I won, I'm great. But that's what you gotta say, right? I mean, come on, you shouldn't thank anybody that helped you. But Chris was so good that he had to tell himself that he did it on his own so he could keep doing it. So we have to remember that the professional athlete, the way their minds work, if they don't make it about them, they can't figure out how to go to the next week. It's difficult. Not everybody is Parker Bone. Not everybody's Parker Bone. I want to thank also, he's not with us anymore, but I know a lot of you knew him, Mr. Mo Pinnell. Mo Pinnell believed in me before I ever believed in myself, on the lanes and off. He spent more time with me helping me learn how to be a tour rep and a coach than any person in the world ever spent with me. I will tell you that I had other great mentors as tour rep. Del Ballard, Rick Benoit, people that really took a liking to me and wanted to see me succeed and wanted to see our team succeed. Tony Mendiola, I don't know if you guys know Tony, he's been around for many, many years, was the vice president of Brunswick for 40 years. He's the one that got me to Brunswick and in 2007. And my current boss, Brian Graham, who gave Parker a quote, I want to thank him very much. Traveling around the world with these guys, it hasn't really always been about wins and losses. It's about the relationships. It's about the things you get to do off the lanes. We were sitting over here telling stories just a little while ago about one of our players that wouldn't eat food overseas. As soon as we got somewhere, he had to go find a McDonald's. And he would get McDonald's, and this guy actually stored the McDonald's burgers because he knew he couldn't get there all the time. He would buy a whole bag of them, and he'd put them in the window of the hotel room. So when the sun came in, it would keep the burgers warm. So he would eat them for several days. Yeah, I know.
Not the rest of us.
Stop telling my
Just
secrets.
But the moments like that remind me why I stayed in love with the sport. And it certainly wasn't just for the competition, but the friendships and memories. Like many of you, I experienced the highs and lows of bowling, right? All those have competed for all the years, right? Winning's great, losing stinks. Did any of you ever ride home and not speak? Yeah. That's the reason I don't own a cat. It's tough, right? Like, it's tough. My wife didn't really tolerate that very well. Yeah, she would get mad. And she would tell me that if you didn't stop acting that way when you didn't bowl well, that I was going to stop going. I wasn't going to be there with you. You're kind of an embarrassment. That kind of hit home. Kind of hurt my feelings. Made me feel really bad about myself. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes that sacrifice. That was my driving force and why I gave, in my opinion, the ultimate sacrifice
was time with my family. I slept in a hotel for 250 nights a year for over 20 years, traveling on the tour. And I will tell you though, I would not trade it for anything. I missed so much with my kids growing up. I missed so much. But Deb was there, making it right, doing what she had to do to make sure they got everything they needed, and she took care of everything so I could chase my dream and get to come and hang out with you guys on this really cool night. Because if she didn't take care of that so I could do it, it wouldn't have obviously happened. This induction is certainly not just about me. It's about everyone who's made bowling great in South Carolina. I think South Carolina, I love South Carolina. I've been around this association for 25 years. I bowled league in Rock Hill, and it was a lot of fun. I met a lot of great people there. The fails are just some of them. Mike, I love coming to visit your bowling center, brother, and seeing you on the road back when you competed, and so much fun, but that's what life is about. And the South Carolina bowling community is super special. It's the reason that we're part of the Beast of the East Tour. We love what you guys do, and if there's anything that we can ever do for you in any way, please reach out and let us know. I hope in a small way that I've helped and continue to inspire and support youth bowling to ensure the sport we all love continues to thrive in the years to come. My family and I did start the Bowl for Life Foundation to give back to the sport. Parker got that information, I guess, from Wikipedia or somewhere. We are now over $750,000 given away in scholarships to youth bowlers all around the country. And we thank all of you that have helped support Bowl for Life over the years. It truly is a passion with us. It's super, super important, I think, to make sure these kids get help and get recognized. And when I wanted to retire from the PBA Tour, it was very interesting. I went to Brunswick, I went to Muskegon, Michigan, sat down with the president and the vice president of Brunswick, and said, guys, I'm going to call it a career. I'm going to stay home with my family, and you guys, we need to figure out something else for the tour players. I'm not going to be there anymore. I can't do it, and I just don't want to do it anymore. It kind of lost its luster with me. So many years. I think I just was beat down a little bit. But it was so interesting. Brunswick said, well, what do you want to do? I said, well, I want to just focus on Bowl for Life and do stuff for young bowlers. I want to help youth and do something special for them. And they said, well, why don't you do something with Brunswick, with youth bowling? I said, well, we do a lot. Brunswick does a lot for youth bowling. We sponsor over 150 of these youth tours around the country. We sponsor 150. And we try to give back. But my boss looked at me and said, why don't you just come up with something super cool? And if you'll stay, we'll fund the whole thing. We'll give you $250,000 a year to go do whatever you want with youth bowling. As long as every day that you only care about making bowling better. And I said, that'll be my job? I said, yeah, that'll be your job. We want you to wear the crown for the rest of your life. I said, okay, cool. So that's how the Brunswick Youth Experience started. And it's a very simple thing. We go to bowling centers where youth tournaments are being held. I bring a pro with me. I'm going to Louisville, Kentucky for the Louisville State Youth Championships next week. Last year, Parker went with me, and we had a great time. This year, I'm taking Ashley Galante with me. And we're going to go, and we're going to sit around, sign some pictures, take some pictures with the kids, give them some what I call trinkets and trash, keychains, pins, whatever. I call it trinkets and trash, but it's cool stuff. The kids love it. They love getting these cool things, and they're going to come and visit and talk to us, and that's my job now. Johnny Petraglia makes fun of me about my job. He does. By the way, Johnny Petraglia is still part of Brunswick. He's 78. I don't know. Parker, you and I gonna make it to 78 and still be part of Brunswick?
I don't know, you're old.
I am. I am old. But I will tell you, Johnny does make fun of me. He said, you know, your job. Yeah, I love it. You're a show pony. I go, what? He goes, you're a show pony. They drag you out by a halter, and you go out there and you take pictures with the kids and sign autographs. I'm like, yeah, that's what you've done the last 50 years. So, you know, I feel blessed that I get to have those kind of relationships with people like that, right? I'm so blessed. I want to close with something that I think is kind of cool. I look back, I have 0 regrets. Everything led me to this place where I am right now. Nothing can happen if it's not first a dream. If you have a dream, accompanied with motivation, and it is defined with a goal and a vision, and if you never give up and have great hope, anything can happen. And I really believe that that is something that we need to take into consideration in our world today. You gotta have dreams, and you gotta chase something. If you're not chasing anything, you're getting chased. I don't want anybody chasing me. I still want to chase things. May you all be happy and healthy and safe. I want you guys to have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And if you could try one thing for me, just be kind. Be good to people. I tell you, it changes everything. I wasn't always good to people. I guarantee you, Mike O'Barr saw me when I used to compete. It was not great. It wasn't great. I wasn't always kind.
No.
I really wasn't. Especially the guy that threw Brooklyn on me to beat me for a title from time to time. It wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for them. Some of them still don't like me. I mean, I haven't competed in 40 years, and some of them still don't like me. Because I said things that I probably shouldn't have. But life can be so much better when you're kind to others. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and this is so cool. Love you guys. Thanks for being here.